Yeah, so it took me like 40 minutes to get it in here. Anyway, you're all good starting today. You guys are all good? Okay, you need anything? Okay, great. I'll be around. Okay. I'm gonna go check with you.
From Wantagh Lanes, finally, after the long season, the NSCHSAA championship match set to begin. The St. Anthony's Friars and the Chaminade Flyers will face off in a rematch of last year's championship, where St. Anthony's came out on top. Chaminade looking for revenge in this one. The practice time has just concluded. St. Anthony's took down the Kellenberg Firebirds yesterday to make it to this championship match, and Chaminade won in a 9-0 victory over St. John the Baptist to get back here at Wantagh Lanes for the championship. These two teams are excited. They've been waiting for this all day. St. Anthony's had a snow day today, so they were off school. Chaminade just got out of school, came here ready to play. So we'll see the difference of preparation leading up to the day. We'll see how that translates today in this championship match. This semifinals yesterday started with 4 teams. Now we're down to 2, and there's only going to be one champion. So we'll see who that will be after this short break.
I didn't realize how long it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like practice time, but I didn't know it would start. So fine.
I have nothing else to really cut to. So
We are back as the play is about to begin. Quick run through of the starting lineups in today's game. We'll start with the seniors, who are playing in their last league match as a member of the Chaminade Flyers. Alex Fiorillo, the anchor of the A squad, and on the B squad, Kieran Hickes will be leading things off, and Chris Erb, the senior, will be anchoring for the B squad. The rest of the lineups today for Chaminade: James Clark will be leading it off for the A squad, followed by Sebastiano Lujudice. And in the middle of the B squad is Michael Cohen, the junior. For St. Anthony's, Lucas Bridges will be leading things off for the A squad. Gavin Vladarchik will be going second, followed by the anchor, Anthony Mahoney. And then for St. Anthony's B squad, facing off against Chris Erb, Michael Cohen, and Kieran Hickes. For the B squad of Chaminade will be Marcus Jackson, Vinny Ferrara, and Emmett Boxer. So the teams have just got the heads up. They're ready to go. Marcus Jackson and Kieran Hickes both grab their bowling ball as we're set to begin. Jackson goes on lane 12. And he gets a strike to lead things off. St. Anthony's squad is cheering. Hickes' shot leaves the 10-pin standing. You're on lane 14. Lucas Bridges gets a strike to lead things off for the Friars, and they're off to a great start early. James Clark gets a strike for the Flyers on lane 13. You can just hear the excitement in the building already, and we're just beginning here. Here's Vinny Ferrara. He gets a strike, back-to-back strikes for St. Anthony's. Kieran Hickes leaves that 10-pin standing, unable to complete the spare on lane 14. Gavin Vodarchik gets a strike, back-to-back strikes for St. Anthony's. They've had 4 shots, 4 strikes, and here's a strike for Chaminade on the A lane by Sebastiano Lejudice. It's Emmett Boxer on lane 12. He gets 9 pins down. On lane 11, Michael Cohen has 3 pins left for his spare. And a strike for Anthony Mahoney on lane 14. Alex Fiorillo leaves 1 pin standing on his first shot. Here's Michael Cohen going for his spare. And he gets it. Boxer for his spare on lane 12, he completes it. Fiorillo for his spare on lane 13, and he just misses it to the right, goes in the gutter. Here's Chris Erb on lane 11. And he gets a Brooklyn strike to lead hit off his day here at Wantagh Lanes. Here's Lucas Bridges, lane 13. Gets the strike, that's back-to-back for him. Kieran Hickes on lane 12. Gets 8 pins down to leave him with a tricky shot. He's got to hit the middle of those 2 pins. And Jackson with a strike. It's back-to-back strikes for Jackson. Kieran Hickes, a tough shot coming up. Baby split. And he misses both pins, leaving an open frame. Here's Vinny Ferrara on lane 11. He knocks down 9. Lejudice with a strike on lane 14 for the Flyers. There's Michael Cohen, lane 12. Fresh set of pins, first shot. He gets a strike. These squads are fired up early. Here's Vinny Ferrara for his spare, and he gets it. There's Chris Erb, lane 12. He gets a strike. He's got 2 in a row to start things off. Emmett Boxer on lane 11 leaves 1 pin standing. In the A lane, there's a pin in the 13th lane. That issue needs to be resolved before they can continue play. Emmett Boxer has 1 pin left for his spare. And he completes it. Scoreboard right now is 89-77 on the A lane. Or excuse me, on the B lane. On the A lane, Chaminade with a lead, it's 69-50. However, there's a bunch of strikes for St. Anthony's that still haven't gotten their full value yet, so that will likely change. Jackson only gets 1 pin on lane 12 on his first shot. Here's Hickes on lane 11. He gets a strike. fired up after 2 open frames to start off his day. Gets a strike on frame 3. Marcus Jackson for his spare on lane 12. Leaves 1 pin standing. So an open frame for Jackson. Here's Cohen on lane 11. Gets the strike. Back to back for Cohen. Vinny Ferraro on lane 12. The shot will count for his spare, and he gets the 20-point spare on frame 2 and a strike on frame 3. Here's Chris Erb for his turkey. And he gets it. No problem. 3 straight strikes to start off his day. Emmett Boxer on lane 12. 1 pin dancing at the back line there, and it doesn't fall, so he'll have 1 pin standing for his spare. Chaminade in the 3rd frame on lane B. 3 straight strikes. There's Boxer for his spare, which will be his 3rd of the day, and he completes it. Boxer in all 3 of his frames has had 9 pins down on his first shot, able to complete the spare on all 3 times. Maintenance worker headed down the 13th lane to fix that pin issue is Kieran Hickes. He's 5 pins standing. It's going to be a tricky split on his second shot. Marcus Jackson gets down 9 on his first. Here's Hickes on lane 12. He was trying to get that split, and he puts it too far out to the right, goes in the gutter. Here's Jackson, unable to complete his spare. On lane 13, a strike for Gavin Wlodarczyk. Here's Alex Fiorillo, he gets a strike for the Chaminade A squad. Michael Cohen on lane 12 leaves 1 pin standing. Vinny Ferraro on lane 11 leaves 1 pin up. Mahoney on lane 13 leaves 1 pin. He's got that 2 pin standing. Michael Cohen able to complete his spare. Here's Vinny Ferraro for his spare on lane 11. He gets it. Anthony Mahoney going for his spare on lane 13. He's got 1 pin standing. And no problem. Here's Emmett Boxer, lane 11. 1 pin remains. There's Chris Erb on lane 12. This for his 4th strike in a row. Leaves 1 pin up. And a strike for Bridges on lane 14. Followed by 9 pins down by James Clark on lane 13. He's got the 10 pin standing. Emmett Boxer and Chris Erb will both be going for their spares on lanes 11 and 12 for the B lane. Boxer gets his. Wlodarczyk with a strike on 14. And Erb will get his spare on 12. Clark unable to complete his spare on 13. Chaminade with a slim lead on the B lane, 205 to 195 on the A lane. Chaminade trailing 150 to 106. St. Anthony's in the lead. Kieran Hickes with a strike on lane 11. And LeJudice with a strike on lane 13 for the Flyers. Jackson has a split attempt coming up. Very tricky one. And he's going to put it in the gutter. Here's Alex Fiorillo, lane 13, leaves 1 pin remaining. Here's Michael Cohen on lane 11. He gets the strike. Vinny Ferrara on lane 12. Knocks down 6 pins, leaves those pins on the right side. There's 4 remaining. Spare attempt for Mahoney. On 14, he's got 2 pins standing. He gets both of them. There's Herb on lane 11 for the strike. Oh, and a tricky split coming up for Herb, and Fiorillo completes his spare on the 13th lane. Here's Ferrara for his spare. Leaves 1 pin. The way the pins fell was a little unlucky. Put it in a very good spot, but unable to convert. Here's Bridges, lane 13. First shot, leaves 3 pins standing. Now Clark on lane 14 with a strike for the A squad. Herb unable to complete that nearly impossible split, but he gets 1 pin down for his first open frame of the day. Here's Emmett Boxer on lane 12. 2 pins remain. You're on lane 13, Lucas Bridges for his spare, 3 pins remaining, and he converts. Here's LaJudice on lane 14, he gets 6 pins down. LaJudice started the day off with 3 straight strikes. It's his first non-strike. And the Boxer gets his spare on lane 12. Wlodarczyk, lane 13, leaves 1 pin remaining. That's his first non-strike of the day as well. And there's Kieran Hickes with the strike on lane 12. Here's here's Marcus Jackson. Lane 11, gets 8 pins down. 1 pin remains for Wlodarczyk on the 13th lane. On the 14th lane, the Alex Fiorillo going. Michael Cohen on lane 12 gets 8 pins down. Here's Wlodarczyk for his spare. He gets it. And Jackson able to get his spare as well. You know, lane 14, Fiorillo knocks down 7. Here's Michael Cohen for his spare on lane 12. Gets it. Ferrara, his first shot at lane 11. Gets a strike. Anthony Mahoney knocks down 8 on lane 13. And a spare for Fiorillo. Here's Chris Herb, lane 12. He gets the strike. Emmett Boxer now. 1 pin stands, 7 pin. 2 pins remain for Mahoney. Here's his spare attempt. He gets it. Bridges on lane 14. Knocks down 7. There's Boxer for a spare attempt, misses it to the right. Not enough hook on it. Clark gets 7 on his first shot on lane 13. Here's James Clark for his spare. He converts. Spare attempt for Bridges on 14. And he puts it in the gutter. Jackson with a strike on lane 12 for St. Anthony's. And Hickes leaves 1 pin standing. Looked perfect the whole way. Just leaves 1 more pin at 6 pin. Here's LaJudice, lane 13. Leaves the 7 pin standing. Here's Ferrara. He gets a strike. Hickes for his spare on 11. Gets it. Włodorczyk with a strike on 14. Włodorczyk 1 pin remaining for his spare. And he knocks that down. Here's Emmett Boxer. 2 pins remain. Baby split for him. Mahoney on 14 leaves 1 pin remaining. Michael Cohen with a tricky split coming up after knocking down 7. Fiorillo gets a strike on frame 5. Spare attempt for Mahoney. Lane 14, spare attempt for Boxer as well here on lane 12. Tough split, not able to get it. There's Cohen for his split attempt. He gets 2 of the 3 he needed. Spare gotten by Mahoney on lane 14. Score in the B lane, 347 to 323. Shaman out in front. On the A lane, St. Anthony's in front, 295 to 268. Here's Chris Erb on lane 11. He gets a strike. 1 pin remains for Clark on lane 14. Bridges has a spare attempt coming up. He knocked down 7 on his first shot. Here's Kieran Hickus, lane 12. Gets the Brooklyn. Here's Jackson, lane 11. And 4 pins will remain for his spare. Here's Michael Cohen on lane 12. Knocks down 9 on his first shot. Here's Włodorczyk on lane 14. Gets 8. Here's Włodorczyk. He's yet to have an open frame. He has 4 strikes and 1 spare. And he gets 9 pins down on his first shot. 10 pin remains. Here's Michael Cohen for his spare. He converts. Marcus Jackson for his spare. Needs 4 pins. And he converts. Włodorczyk, lane 14, gets it. He had those 2 pins remaining, and he knocks down both of them. So here's Chris Erb on lane 12. Gets the strike. Włodorczyk for his spare. Knocks it down. Vinny Ferrara gets a strike on lane 11. One pin remains for Fiorillo on lane 14. There's Emmett Boxer on lane 11. He knocks down 7. Baby split for Boxer. Those 3 pins remaining. Here's Mahoney on 13. Near impossible split coming up for him. It's a 4-10. Emmett Boxer with 3 pins remaining for his spare. Here he goes. And he gets it! That last pin thought about falling, finally makes its decision to go down, and he gets the spare. B lane heading into its 9th frame. Here's Marcus Jackson, 10 pin remains. Kieran Hickus gets the strike on lane 11. 9 pins knocked down by Clark on lane 13. To lane 14, Lucas Bridges with a strike. Jackson unable to convert his spare. Here's Michael Cohen. Got 7 pins down on his first shot. James Clark unable to complete his spare on 13. Here's Włodarczyk, lane 14. 1 pin remains. Ferrara knocks down 9 on his first shot on 12. Here's Lejudice on lane 13. Leaves a 7 pin standing. Michael Cohen for his spare on lane 11. He gets him. Ferrara for his spare on lane 12. Knocks it down. Włodarczyk for his spare on lane 14. Converts. Here's Lejudice for his spare on lane 13. Hangs on to the left side, knocks down that pin, gets the spare. So here's Chris Erb on lane 11 for his first shot. Gets the strike. He's fired up. Boxer knocks down 8 on his first shot. Mahoney knocks down 9 on his first shot on lane 14. Here on lane 13, it's going to be Fiorillo. Leaves 2 pins standing, a baby split. Here's Emmett Boxer, lane 12 for his spare. He converts. Mahoney unable to convert his spare on 14th lane. We're headed into frame 10 on lane B. Fiorillo gets his spare. B lane for Chaminade leading it 494 to 448. Marcus Jackson gets 9 pins down on his first shot. Here's Kieran Hickes. He gets a strike. Lejudice gets a strike on lane 14, followed by a Lucas Bridges strike on lane 13. Here's Jackson going for his spare, knocks it down. Kieran Hickes on lane 12 for his second shot on the 10th frame after the strike. Lejudice gets a strike. It's back-to-back for him. Hickes with 3 pins remaining. Here's Włodarczyk. Knocks down 6. He's got a split coming up. Here's Jackson for his last shot of the game, and he gets all 10 down for a 20-point spare. Here's Fiorillo on lane 14. Knocks down 7. Kieran Hickes on the 12th frame, gets the spare. Which makes it a 20-point strike for him. Ferrara leaves 1 pin standing on his first shot on frame 10. Here's Michael Cohen for his first shot on frame 10. Gets 7 down. Vinny Ferrara for his spare. He knocks it down. Michael Cohen for his spare, gets 2 down. Vinny Ferrara with the strike. There's Chris Erb on lane 12. Leaves himself with a tricky split coming up. Here's Emmett Boxer on lane 11. Knocks down 7. Erb has 3 pins remaining as well. So on the B lane, 3 pins remaining for both teams. Score on the B lane, 578 to 511. Chaminade in the lead. As Bridges knocks down 9. Chris Erb on lane 12. Gets 2 of the 3, the 2 that were on that left side, unable to complete the split. Here's James Clark, knocks down 8. Emmett Boxer gets 3 down. Spare for Lucas Bridges on lane 14. James Clark with 2 remaining on lane 13, but lane has an issue. Emmett Boxer, lane 11. He gets all 10 down for a 20-point spare. Clark completes his spare on lane 14. So Chaminade will win game 1 on the B lane. Włódarczyk for his spare, misses it. Just trickles into that right gutter. Here's Lejudice. That's 9 down. Score on the A lane is St. Anthony's 469, Chaminade 455. Here's Anthony Mahoney, lane 14. That's 9 pins. Lejudice going for his spare on lane 13. And he converts. Mahoney. Actually, Fiorillo's going to go first. He gets 8 down, leaves himself with a tricky split. 4-10 coming up. There's Mahoney. He gets it. Excuse me, it's a 2-10 split. There's Fiorillo for his split. Unable to convert. That's neither of the pins down. We're headed into the 10th frame. St. Anthony's leading by 6. Here's Lucas Bridges, lane 13. Gets the strike. Now here's James Clark on lane 14. And he leaves 3 pins remaining. It's a tricky split coming up. Has the 2 in the set, 2 in the 4 pin that he needs to get on the left side and that 10 pin on the right. Here's Bridges for his second shot after the strike on frame 10. Knocks down 7. Clark for the split, knocks down 2. Unable to complete the spare. Here's Bridges, about to attempt his spare. This is his 3rd shot on frame 10. And he converts. He bowls a 2-10. Lejudice with a strike. Here's Włódarczyk, lane 13. That's 9 pins down. Lejudice for his second shot after the strike on frame 10 and leaves 1 standing. That 10 pin just didn't want to fall. Włódarczyk for his spare on frame 10. And then he knocks it down. Here's Lejudice for his spare on lane 14, and he puts it in the gutter. So a 19-point strike on frame 10. He bowls a 211. Here's Lodarchik. And he gets it, makes it a 20-point spare. He bowls a 190. Fiorillo on lane 14, gets a strike. Mahoney on 13. He had a spare in frame 9 that is yet to get calculated into his score. Knocks down 8 on his first shot. Fiorillo gets it. Looking for that 30-point strike. That's a huge shot in this one. Here's Mahoney for his spare. He gets it. Let's look at that scoreboard. St. Anthony's leading 547 to 538. And Fiorillo gets 9 pins on his next shot, getting a 29-point strike. He bowls a 166. He just needs one more pin to win it for St. Anthony's on the A lane, and he does just that. St. Anthony's 556, Chaminade 547 on the A lane. So we'll take a quick break, as the teams do, before this game 2.
And that's the one Let's go! Come on! Yeah!
Oh, sorry.
The best round of anybody.
You're gonna injure yourself. That's my worst one. I know. That's right. Yeah, I see that here.
We are back at Wantagh Lanes. The score is currently 1-1. St. Anthony's won on the A lane and Chaminade won on the B lane. Chaminade currently leading it in total pins. So they do have the lead overall, but total pins can obviously change round to round. So the changes, not many changes to these lineups right now. Anthony Mahoney will be swapping from A lane to B lane for the second round. And Emmett Boxer will be headed over to the A lane. Other than that, the lineups stay the same for both of these teams. Chris Erb was leading the pack with the best score in game one for both A and B lanes with a 221. So the squad shaking hands with their opponents as we're ready to go for game two. Hickes and Jackson once again to start it off on the B lane, and it's Bridges for St. Anthony's and Clark for Chaminade on the A lane. Here's Bridges on lane 13 to start it off. He gets a strike. Once again with a strike to start it off. Here's Hickes, lane 12. He gets a strike for the B lane. Here's Clark on lane 14 with a strike for Chaminade. 3 straight strikes to start off game two. And Jackson makes it 4. Here's Włodarczyk, lane 13. He gets 5 pins down. Cohen on lane 12 with 7. Here's Ferraro, lane 11. He gets a strike. Lane 14, Lejudice gets 6 pins down. That'll be a tricky shot coming up for his spare. Włodarczyk to try to get his spare. He's got a tough split. Almost had it. Just misses 1 pin on the left. Got 4 out of the 5 he needed. There's Michael Cohen for his split attempt. He'll just knock down the 2 on the left. There's Mahoney on lane 11. Gets down 9 pins. The 2 pin remains. Here's Boxer on lane 13 for the St. Anthony's A. He gets a strike. That's his first strike. Here's Chris Erb, lane 12. That last one just danced a little bit. Finally fell. He's got 2 pins remaining. There's Erb for his spare. And he knocks it down. Mahoney on lane 11 for his spare. He gets it. 9 pins knocked down by Clark on lane 13. Clark for his spare on lane 13. Knocks it down. Here's Marcus Jackson, lane 12, gets 9 pins down. Here's Hickes on lane 11, gets it. So a strike for Hickes, that's back-to-back to start off game 2. Lejudice, lane 13, gets the strike. Michael Cohen, lane 11. Gets 9 pins down. Spare on lane 14 for St. Anthony's. Jackson gets the spare on lane 12 for St. Anthony's B. There's Fiorillo on lane 13. Gets 8 pins down. Here's Cohen on lane 11. Can't complete his spare. There's Ferraro on lane 12. Gets the spare, or strike, excuse me. That's back-to-back for Ferraro to start off this match. Here's Chris Erb. Here's a tricky split, excuse me. Fiorillo with the spare on 13. Mahoney now on lane 12. Gets a strike. St. Anthony's B has marked in all 6 of their turns. Chris Erb has a tricky split coming up. Here's Lucas Bridges on lane 13 with a strike. Erb takes 2 of the 3 down that he needed for his split, and Clark with a strike on lane 14. St. Anthony's leads the Flyers 90-74 on the B lane early on. On the A lane, St. Anthony's out in front as well. 109-98, and a strike for Włodarczyk will increase St. Anthony's lead. Here's Lejudice with a strike on lane 14. Here's Hickes, lane 12. Knocks 9 down. The 4 pin remains standing for Hickes, his second shot. Emmett Boxer, lane 13 for the A squad now. Almost got a strike. That last pin was tipping over, but it didn't quite fall. 1 pin standing for Boxer. Fiorillo with a strike on lane 14. Hickes for his spare attempt on lane 12. He knocks it down. Here's Marcus Jackson, gets 2 of his 3 that he needed for that tricky split. So leaves an open frame there. Here's Michael Cohen. He knocks down 8. Lucas Bridges on lane 14. Gets the strike. Ferrara gets 6 pins down, leaves himself with a tough split coming up. As Clark gets down 8 on lane 13. Here's Cohen on lane 12. He gets a spare. Vladarchik, lane 14, gets a strike. Clark on lane 13. Knocks down those 2 he needed for his spare. Here's Ferrara for the split attempt, and he completes it. What a shot. Here's Chris Erb, lane 12. Knocks down 8. Emmett Boxer, lane 14. Gets down 9. Mahoney on lane 11. Gets 9 pins down. Lejudice, knocks down 9 on lane 13. Chris Erb on lane 12 for his spare, knocks him down. Boxer for his spare on lane 14. Completes it. Here's Lejudice for his spare. Perfect. Mahoney for his spare. Overhooks it to the left. Michael Cohen on lane 13, knocks down 9. Excuse me, that's Alex Fiorillo for the A squad. Knocking down 9. Marcus Jackson, lane 12. Leaves a tricky split coming up. Here on lane 11, Kieran Hickes with the strike. Fiorillo for his spare, knocks it down, never a doubt. Lucas Bridges will be up next on lane 14 for the Friars. Here's Michael Cohen on lane 11. He gets 9 pins down on his first shot. Lucas Bridges has had 4 straight strikes to start game 2. There's Jackson, lane 12. Knocks down 1 of the 2 he needed on that near impossible split. Here's Bridges, lane 13. Gets 7 down. Michael Cohen completes his spare. 8 pins were knocked down by Clark on lane 14. Here's Vinny Ferrara, lane 12. Gets the strike. Clark gets the spare on that baby split. Here's Chris Erb, lane 11. With the Brooklyn. Bridges nearly got that split on lane 13, but he only gets 2 out of the 3 he needed. Here's Mahoney on lane 12, gets the strike. Lejudice with 9 pins down on lane 14. Here on lane 13, it's Vladarchik. Gets the strike. Both teams came to play today. Here's Marcus Jackson. Gets 8 pins down, leaves himself with a baby split. Hickes on lane 12 gets 8 pins down as well, but they're tucked in the corner. Here's Boxer on lane 13. He gets a strike. Now Fiorillo, lane 14. He gets a strike as well. Jackson for his split. He completes it. It's back-to-back. That's back-to-back-to-back splits that Jackson has had. This time, he gets the first spare on the split. Hickes misses his spare. Bridges knocks down 7 on lane 14. And Clark gets a strike on lane 14. There's Michael Cohen on lane 12. He gets a strike. Vinny Ferrara, lane 11. Leaves 1 pin remaining. There's Bridges for his spare. Lane 14, 3 pins remain. Knocks him down. Lejudice on lane 13 with the strike. Chris Erb, lane 12. Leaves himself with a split coming up. 4 pins remain. Ferrara completes his spare. And a strike for Wlodarczyk. Here's Fiorillo, lane 13. 1 pin remains. There's Chris Erb, lane 12. Almost had that split. That pin barely missed those pins on the left, and Boxer gets a strike. Here's Mahoney. Gets 9 pins down on his first shot. Here's Fiorillo for his spare, knocks it down. St. Anthony's on the B lane leading 237 to 234. On the A lane, St. Anthony's in the lead as well, 342 to 313. Here's Lucas Bridges on lane 13. Knocks down 9. Now Clark for his first shot on lane 14. Gets 9 pins down. Mahoney for his spare on lane 11. He knocks it down. Spare for Clark on 14. Here's Bridges on 13 for his spare, looking for that 7 pin. And he completes it. Marcus Jackson, lane 12. Gets the strike. Here's Kieran Hickes. With the strike. Wlodarczyk, lane 14, knocks down 7. Wlodarczyk on lane 13 up next. With the strike. Here's Ferrara. Knocks down 8. Michael Cohen, lane 11. With the strike. Wlodarczyk for his spare. 3 pins remain. Only gets down 1. Here's Ferrara for his spare. Uses some cut spin, and he knocks down both of those pins tucked in the right. Spinning at the opposite direction than bowlers normally would as Boxer gets a strike on lane 13. Chris Erb leaves 2 remaining on lane 11. Here's Fiorillo on lane 14 with the strike for Chaminade. Anthony Mahoney up on lane 12. He knocks down 8. Here's Lucas Bridges on lane 14. Knocks down 9. On lane 13, James Clark. Knocks down 7. Erb gets his spare on lane 12. Or excuse me, lane 11. .293 to 274, the St. Anthony's B squad leads the Chaminade B squad. There's Clark for his spare on lane 13. He knocks it down for the A squad. Mahoney for his spare. Knocks it down for St. Anthony's. Here's Bridges, unable to convert on that one. .439 to 386. The St. Anthony's A squad leads Chaminade's A squad. It's Wlodarczyk knocks down all 10 on that one for the strike on lane 13. Jackson on lane 11 knocks down 8. Hickes knocks down 8 for Chaminade. It's Wlodarczyk with a strike. Wlodarczyk's got 6 in a row. Here's Fiorillo on lane 13 with a strike. Jackson pulls his spare attempt. Hickes only gets 1 out of the 2 on the baby split. Boxer with a strike on lane 14. Here's Ferrara, lane 11. Knocks down 8 with a split coming up. On lane 13, Bridges knocks down 8 with a baby split coming up. Cohen knocks down 6 on his first shot. 4 pins tucked in back right for his spare. There's Ferrara for his split, knocks down 1 on the left. There's Michael Cohen for his spare, knocks him down. Bridges for his baby split, barely he misses that right pin, knocks down the pin on the left. So gets 9 pins on that turn. Wantagh knocks down 7 on his first shot with the split coming up. Here's Herb on lane 12. Barely misses that pin on the left. Well, 1 pin left for his spare. Here's Mahoney. Gets the strike. Włódarczyk with the strike as well. That's 7 in a row. Here's Włódarczyk for his split spare attempt. It hits the 2 on the right, unable to get the 1 on the left. Here's Chris Herb on lane 12 for his spare. Knocks it down. 8 pins knocked down for Boxer on lane 13. On lane 14, it's Fiorillo with the strike. Fiorillo has yet to have an open frame this game. Here's Hickes for his strike. Just misses that pin on the left. So he gets 9 pins down. Here's Boxer for his spare, puts him in the gutter. Leaves 2 standing. Here's Marcus Jackson. After gutter balling his first shot, here's his shot for his spare. That's 8 pins down. Bridges with a strike on lane 14. On lane 13, Clark knocks down 8. And Hickes gets a spare at lane 11. Here's Michael Cohen, lane 11. Gets the strike. There's Ferrara on lane 12, gets a strike. And Bridges was able to get a double strike on frame 10. There's Herb on lane 11. Clark on lane 13 as well. Herb gets the strike, so does Clark. There's strikes on the B and A lane for Chaminade. Mahoney knocks down 8, and Bridges gets the 30-point strike on the 10th frame to bowl a 201. Włódarczyk with the strike. Two pins remain for Mahoney for his spare. Here's Włódarczyk on lane 14, gets a strike. 8 in a row. Here's Mahoney for his spare. Converts. Włódarczyk with a strike on lane 13. Here's Jackson, lane 11. Tough split coming up, knocks down 7. Here's Kieran Hickes, lane 12. Gets 9 pins. And Włódarczyk gets the second strike in a row on the 10th frame. Which makes it 9 times in a row he's knocked down all 10 pins. 10 times in a row has he knocked down every pin that's been on the lane as he had a spare in frame 2. Włódarczyk gets a strike on lane 13. Hickes misses his spare on lane 12. Here's Jackson, gets 2 of the 3 on his split that he needed. Włódarczyk gets 9 on his last shot. Bowls a 268 for St. Anthony's. Fiorillo with the strike on lane 13. Ferrara with 1 pin remaining on lane 11. There's Michael Cohen, lane 12. Gets the spare. There's Ferrara going with some left to right spin. As a righty, knocks down that pin on the right for spare. Here's Boxer, knocks down 9. Fiorillo for his second shot after the strike on frame 10. Gets another one. He's got 5 in a row. Here's Chris Erb, lane 12, with the strike. It's back-to-back for Erb. There's Mahoney, lane 11. Knocks down 6. There's Boxer for his spare, lane 14, converts. Fiorillo on lane 13, gets 3 in a row on frame 10. That's 6 in a row total. He bowls a 240. Here's Emmett Boxer to make it a 20-point spare. He gets down 6 pins, making it a 16-point spare. Bowls a 198. So the match on the A lane comes to an end. St. Anthony's wins it. Mahoney knocks down all 4 for his spare on lane 11. There's Marcus Jackson on lane 12. With the strike. Hickus looking to match it on lane 11. And he does. Two bowlers taking their time. Here's Marcus Jackson, lane 12. And he gets the strike. Back-to-back on the 10th frame. Here's Hickus, lane 11. Misses the 10 pin. Here's Jackson on lane 12 with the strike. Hickus on lane 11 gets a spare. Jackson bowls a 148. Hickus bowls a 171. Here's Vinny Ferrara with the strike. Michael Cohen, lane 11. 1 pin remains. That 7 pin just wouldn't budge.
Marcus. Marcus.
Here's Vinny Ferrara. With a strike. 2 in a row here on the 10th frame. Michael Cohen for his spare. He knocks it down. Coming down to the wire here on the B lane. St. Anthony's out in front. Vinny Ferrara looking to increase this lead. 1 more strike. And he knocks down 8 of them on his last shot on frame 10. There's Michael Cohen, lane 11. Knocks down 6. Ferrara pulls a 199. There's Chris Erb, lane 11. He gets 6 pins down. Anthony Mahoney on lane 12 knocks down 7. There's Erb for his spare. It's a crucial shot. Just barely misses that last pin, gets 9. So now Mahoney just needs to hit 1 pin here to secure the victory for St. Anthony's B. He's got 3 pins remaining. The 3, the 6, and the 10. And he knocks down 2 of them, and that will do just enough to secure the victory by 1 point for St. Anthony's. 5:15 to 5:14 in the B lane. St. Anthony's wins both lanes in game 2. We'll be right back after the team's huddle. We're back underway here at Wantagh lanes. 9 pins knocked down by Lucas Bridges to lead it off for the A lane for St. Anthony's. Here's Jackson, lane 12 with 9 pins. Hickus on lane 11. Gets a strike to lead things off for the B squad. Spare for Bridges and a spare for Clark. Judice now switched to the B lane, swapped with Michael Cohen. Gets a strike on his B lane debut for the day. Jackson gets his spare. A strike for Cohen in his A lane debut for the day. Here's Chris Erb anchoring the B lane. Knocks down 7. Here's Ferrara on lane 12, gets 6 down. And a strike for Fiorillo to lead off in game 3 for the A lane. Erb just barely misses his spare on lane 12, or lane 11. As Emmett Boxer gets a strike on frame 1. Here's Ferrara. Lane 12 for his spare, 4 pins remaining. He hits 3, misses the last one. Here's Bridges, lane 13, knocks down 8. Here's James Clark, lane 14, knocks down 7. Mahoney on lane 12. Gets the strike. Now let's talk about the overall score of this match so far. St. Anthony's currently leads 3-1. They won both the A and the B lane in game 2, as Bridges gets a spare on 13. Now Chaminade won on the B lane in game 1, lost on the A lane in game 1. So that's where those 3-1 score comes from. As Hickus gets a strike on lane 12. St. Anthony's does lead in overall pins by 15, but Chaminade has the lead in overall pins on the B lane. So Chaminade currently has the lead in one of the total point categories. St. Anthony's has the lead in total pins and A lane pins. So that's 2 more points for them if they can hold on to those leads. Judice with 9 pins on the 12th lane. It's going to be an interesting 3rd game to follow. Here's Ferrara. Gets a strike on lane 11. Michael Cohen for his spare on lane 14, knocks down 3 of the 5 he needed. Wladorczyk misses his spare on lane 13. And Lejudice completes his spare on lane 12. Here's Mahoney. His first shot on lane 11. Knocks it down. Gets the strike. Boxer, lane 13. With 7 pins. Herb on lane 12. Knocks down 8. And he gets the spare. Chris Herb on lane 12. Here's Emmett Boxer for his spare. It was a tough split. He gets 2 out of the 3. Open frame there. Here's Kieran Hickes, frame 3. He's got back-to-back strikes just for his turkey. First it's going to be Lucas Bridges, though, on lane 14. And he gets a strike. Now Marcus Jackson on lane 12. He gets a strike. Here's Hickes, lane 11. That's 8 down. One more pin stands for James Clark on lane 13 for his spare. Here's Wladorczyk on lane 14. Knocks down 8. Ferrara for his first shot on lane 12 gets 9 down. That middle pin remains, that 5 pin. Clark barely misses his spare. Here's Hickes. He's got 2 more to clean up this spare. And he knocks him down. Wladorczyk for his spare gets him. Here's Michael Cohen, lane 13. Knocks down 9. Ferrara for his spare on that middle pin. Completes it. Emmett Boxer, lane 14. Knocks down 9. Here's Lejudice. That's 9 pins down. Here's Michael Cohen. Gets his spare. Now Mahoney, lane 12. That's 9 pins down on his first shot. Here's Lejudice. Perfect. Gets the spare. Here's Fiorillo, lane 13. For his shot, he gets a strike. Fiorillo with 3 in a row to start off game 3. That's something the A-lane really needs. The A-lane struggling so far this game. St. Anthony's has won both times. Here's Herb on lane 11 for the B-lane for the Flyers, knocks down 9. Here's Bridges for the A-lane for St. Anthony's, knocks down 7. He'll have a tough split coming up. Here's James Clark, lane 14. He only gets down 3. Mahoney with his spare on lane 12. Here's Herb for his spare on lane 11. He knocks it down. Lucas Bridges on lane 13 for his tough split spare. And he knocks down 2 of the 3. And a strike from Marcus Jackson. Here's Wladorczyk, lane 13, knocks down 9. Hickes now for his split spare, and he knocks it down. Great shot from Hickes. Here's Ferrara with the strike. Here's Lejudice. Gets 8 pins down, and he'll have a split coming up. Here's Mahoney with the strike. Now Michael Cohen gets the split. LeJudice, a really tough shot coming up if he wants to get the spare. He'll just get one pin. Probably about as good as you could do from that shot. Emmett Boxer with the strike on lane 13. Here's Alex Fiorillo, lane 14. That's his 4th in a row. Here's Chris Erb, lane 12. With the strike. Bridges with the strike on lane 14. James Clark knocks down 7. Jackson on his shot, knocks down all of them. It's 3 strikes in a row for Jackson. Here's Hickes, lane 11. Gets the strike. It's a strike for Wlodarczyk on lane 14. Clark cleans up his spare. Here's Vinny Ferrara on lane 12 with the strike. LeJudice on lane 11 gets the strike. Boxer knocks down 9 on his first shot on lane 14. Cohen knocks down 9 on 13. Here's Chris Erb, lane 11. Gets the strike. Back to back for Erb. Cohen with the spare on 13. Boxer on lane 14 misses his spare. Here's Mahoney. That last pin just wouldn't fall. It was wiggling. Couldn't quite get it. One more pin for Mahoney. Fiorillo knocks down 7. There goes his 300 watch potential. Here's Mahoney to complete his spare on lane 12. And he knocks it down. Fiorillo for his spare on a split. Couldn't convert, knocks down 1 of 3. Jackson knocks down 9 on his shot. Hickes will knock down 9 on his as well. Clark with a strike on lane 14, and Bridges with a strike on lane 13. These teams just keep matching each other here in game 3. There's Ferrara for his spare, knocks it down. Michael Cohen with a strike on lane 14. He's fired up. Here's Wlodarczyk on lane 13. Knocks down 9. Hickes on lane 12 gets the spare. Vinny Ferrara here on lane 11. First shot on the 6th frame. Gets a strike. Fiorillo knocks down 9 on his first shot in the 6th frame. Here's LeJudice with the strike. It's back-to-back for LeJudice. Mahoney on lane 11. Gets the strike. Wlodarczyk gets his spare, completes it. Here's Fiorillo, gets the spare. Chaminade is leading it on lane A, which is what they need desperately. There's Boxer to the A lane for St. Anthony's to try to come back a little bit there. Knocks down 9. Technical error has occurred on lane 12. Boxer for his spare, knocks it down. Here's Clark, lane 13, gets the strike. Lane 13, excuse me, has an error now too. There's a bunch of pins stuck. One on the lane, two in the gutter, maybe even 3 in the gutter actually. And the pin rolled off of the lane into the gutter, so they don't have to worry about that anymore. Bridges completes his spare on the 7th frame. You're on lane 13. It's Cohen with the strike for Chaminade. That's back-to-back for Cohen. Vladarchik on lane 14 with the strike for St. Anthony's. Chris Erb on lane 12. Knocks down 6, excuse me, leaves 4. Fiorillo on lane 13 with a strike. Here's Emmett Boxer, lane 14. Knocks down 7. Now Erb for his spare. He has 4 pins remaining. And he converts. He's fired up. Maintenance worker fixing the pins in the gutters. There's Marcus Jackson with the strike as the final pin tips over. Kieran Hickus with the strike on lane 11. Chaminade trailing on the B lane. They need to win this one on the B lane as well. Have a good chance. Unless they can overcome the total pins in the A category and the overall category and still have the total pins on the B lane. Vinny Ferrara with a strike on lane 12. Here's LaJudice with 7 pins. Here's Mahoney. Knocks down 8 with a baby split coming up. And a strike for Clark in the 8th frame on lane 14. Bridges on lane 13, knocks down 7, and he'll have a tough split coming up. Here's LaJudice. Knocks down 2 of the 3 he needed. And Cohen with a strike. He's got 3 in a row. Mahoney for his baby split spare on the 12th frame. Only gets 1 of them down. Here's Bridges for his split. Gets 2 of 3. Here's Chris Erb on lane 11. He gets a strike. Fiorillo gets a strike as well on lane 14. Vladarchik knocks down 9 on lane 13. Here's Marcus Jackson on lane 11. Knocks down 7. Hickus gets the strike on lane 12. Vladarchik for his spare, rolls into the gutter. There's Jackson for his spare. He knocks down 2 of the 3. LaJudice, lane 12, knocks down 9. Here's Emmett Boxer. Knocks down 9. Here's Vinny Ferrara, lane 11, knocks down 8. Judice just couldn't hold that ball on the left side. Pushes it out to the left a little too much. Can't convert his spare. Here's Vinny Ferrara for his cut spin spare, and he knocks it down. Emmett Boxer with a spare as well. Here's Chris Erb, lane 12. Knocks down 8. Here's Bridges on lane 14. Knocks down 9. Mahoney with the strike. Here's Chris Erb for his spare. He's got 2 pins remaining. First it's going to be Clark for his spare, and he knocks it down. Here's Bridges for his spare now. He gets it. Chris Erb for his spare. And he converts. Here's Michael Cohen, lane 13. Knocks down 8. Now Jackson, lane 12. Got 7. Here's Hickes, lane 11. He knocks down 9. Wlodarczyk just got a strike on lane 14. Now here's Michael Cohen for his spare on lane 13. And he converts. Here's Marcus Jackson, only gets 1 of the 3 he needed for his spare. And Emmett Boxer with a strike. That's back-to-back strikes for St. Anthony's. Here's Fiorillo on lane 13 with the strike. He's pumped. Here's Vinny Ferrara. Knocks down 9. Here's Sebastiano LaGiudice, who gets a strike. And Lucas Bridges with the strike for St. Anthony's. Here's Clark on lane 14. Knocks down 9. Here's Ferrara for his spare. Knocks it down. We're on the 10th frame on the A lane. B lane closing out the 9th frame. Here's Chris Erb on lane 11. Knocks down 9. Clark misses out on a spare on lane 14. Bridges knocks down 9. Here's Mahoney with the strike. And a strike for Michael Cohen. Erb with the spare on the 9th frame. There's Bridges who converts his spare. Jackson gets 9 pins down. Here's Hickes. Gets the strike. Cohen gets a strike as well on lane 14 for Chaminade. That's back-to-back for Cohen on his first and second shots of the 10th frame. Here's Wlodarczyk, lane 13 with the strike. Jackson misses his spare attempt. Also 172. Here's Hickes. Knocks down 7. Cohen with 3 strikes in a row on lane 10. Here's Wlodarczyk. Knocks down 6. Here's Ferrara, lane 11. Knocks down 8. Hickes looking to complete his spare on lane 12. He's got 3 remaining. This is for the 20-point strike. He knocks it down. Chaminade B lane trailing 541 to 506. On the A lane, Chaminade with the commanding lead, 575 to 498. Here's Ferrara for his spare, knocks it down. Vladarchik gets the spare for his 20-point strike on the 10th frame. Here's Lajudice with the strike on the B lane. Fiorillo with the strike on the A lane for Chaminade. Here's Ferrara, B lane for St. Anthony's. Knocks down 9. Here's Emmett Boxer, lane 13, gets 8 down. Fiorillo, lane 14 with the strike. Now he has a chance to make that strike a 30-point strike. On the last frame, here's the spare attempt for Boxer, knocks him down. He'll have one more shot. Here's Fiorillo. Gets the 30-point strike. Bowls a 253. Chaminade A bowls a 635. A 20-point spare for Boxer. St. Anthony's has 532 on the A lane to close that out. So Chaminade wins on the A lane. They win by 103, which will put them ahead of St. Anthony's in the total A-lane points. Mahoney gets a strike. So Chaminade now leads in the A-lane points. So they win that. That's 1 point. They won that B-lane match in the first game. That's 2 points, and then this game on the A lane, obviously, that's 3 points. So the current score is 3-3. The total pins have yet to be decided. The B lane pins have yet to be decided, and the B lane final match has yet to be decided. There's a technical error on lane 12. So Chaminade came in to this game, game 3, leading in the B lane. They had 1,096 as opposed to St. Anthony's 1,039, a 57-point lead. So they need to win by, looks like they're going to lose this one, as St. Anthony's has been playing very well. So they need to lose by less than 57 to keep the B lane total points. Here's Lajudice, lane 12, gets the strike. He's looking to make that a 30-point strike. He's got 2 straight here on the 10th frame. Mahoney had knocked down 8 on his second shot after his strike on the 10th frame, so he'll have 2 more for the 20-point strike. Here's Lajudice, looking for his 30-point strike. He knocked down the first 2 shots in the 10th frame. Can he get the 3rd? He did it! He got it! A 190 for Lajudice. Here's Mahoney. Gets his spare. So St. Anthony's will finish it off with a 600 in the B lane for game 3. Here's Chris Erb. This matters only for total pins. Chaminade already has secured the B lane victory in total points. This will matter for total pins. They have 572 right now. Herb has a split. It's going to be tough to get both. See if he just tries to go for one. Got one more. Every pin counts. And he gets one. Chaminade gets a 573 on the B lane. And I believe that secures the victory for Chaminade. The total pins was the last point that mattered. Chaminade won on the B lane points. Chaminade won on the A lane total points. St. Anthony's came into the last game winning 3-1. Chaminade gets 1 point from the A, 1 point from total points on the A, makes it 3-3. St. Anthony's gets 1 point from the B with the win there. Chaminade A has total points on, so I'm trying to do the math all in my head right now. It's very confusing. But Chaminade gets points from the first game B win. St. Anthony's had the 3 leading up into this game. They get the 4th with the B win. Chaminade gets A pins and B pins, which gives them 4. And then the total pins go to Chaminade in a 5-4 win. An extremely contested game in this final match. So I'm going to go ahead and calculate the total pins and just see how close it really was. So Chaminade would end up getting a total of 3,455. And St. Anthony's would bowl a 3,394 total. So a very tight matchup. And Chaminade able to win it, and they get their revenge on St. Anthony's for what they did last year.
It's like, why are they yelling? I'm like, you know when Daddy watches the yelling?
Tuesday practice makes perfect. Ken, Tuesday practice makes perfect. Those boys stuck together all season. Yeah. Michael's gonna miss those. Yeah. Very emotional.
St. Anthony's. After another loss to St. Anthony. Closes it out with a 253, and what better way to end off his season. 253, a senior. Flyers. Standing for season for him too. Returning starter. Both of these guys up there right now were on the team last year. Going up to receive an award. And St. Dominic's will receive their award. So Chaminade receives their runner-up regular season record. Now St. Anthony's will receive their runner-up award for the season. and they barely lost. It was such a close matchup on that B lane. If Chaminade doesn't win the B lane, they don't win. Came down to every single one of these bowlers gave it their all today. They had their lows, they had their highs, but eventually Chaminade. Now Alex Fiorello will receive his championship MVP award. So the player. Well deserved out of Alex Fiorello. Now Chaminade will receive their championship award. Excuse me, they're distributing out their awards for the players. Kieran Hickus receives his award as senior. Chris Erb gets his award, another senior, and these seniors, well deserved. In their final year, they had to go through that heartbreak last year of the loss to St. Anthony's. To come back, you just know how much this means to them. To come back here today, same place, Wantagh lanes against the same team, St. Anthony's, and get the win. There's James Clark, you see, just got his award a couple seconds ago. Outstanding season, Outstanding season for him. The freshman out of Long Beach, a starter on the A squad as a freshman. He's done incredible. Clark had a 170 in game 1 today, a 195 in game 2, and a 171 in game 3. And there's the captains. You see Fiorillo, Erb, and Hickus posing with the championship plaque. Outstanding, well-deserved season for the Chaminade Bowlers. They pose in the middle of the 4 lanes that this championship took place on. You see Fiorillo in the middle with the championship plaque as the whole team poses. You see those 3 captains in the middle. Once again, well deserved. The team all smiles as they break from that pose position. It's not a fake smile, folks. They're not just putting on the smile for the camera. They're happy. This has been an incredible semifinals and finals series.